Well, hello, 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 and welcome. This is Joanne with Jewel Design, and we're back again. I made it. Okay, so not quite back to back on the filming. I didn't quite get everything done I wanted to get done when I did Monday's video, so it's good. But there's not much of a gap either. So anyway, so we are here today decorating, as I promised, the double pocketed or double envelope pocket ephemera, and we took 2 envelopes that I received in the mail. I saw the Eastery theme, the blue envelopes, and decided we were going to run with it and we were going to make something with it and cover things up, you know, make it look a little less envelope, a little less junk maily, and make it into an ephemera piece that we will put over, you know, you tuck it over the edge of the page and you can open it up, pull things out, and utilize it in a number of ways on your page. So this one does fit nicely. It is backwards when you flip it over, which is a little interesting there. It may be worth putting something in this corner so you can see it. We'll see if we end up doing that. So you can sort of see something right here, but it's the whole point is that in the window we see something cute, and as you can see here, this keeps falling out. So I put the cute little coin pocket as part of the Spring Bunny kit, and just tucked it here inside for now, so it'll have some goodies in it. But we did cover up the window on this one because it was just not going to work, and I love this, and it's giving me room to cluster and collage and add things to our front cover of this piece of ephemera. So we'll cover that. We're going to work on this, and we'll hopefully get to decorating some of this. If not, we'll see the rest of it, of course, later. This may get transformed maybe on a short or a reel. We'll see how things go. So, but before I start, I did want to do 2 things. One, I want to show you, and this should have been Tuesday's short, saw me make it here on YouTube, but there it is. It's an altered coffee sleeve. Put our bunny on it, and I put a lace and a oh my goodness, burlap type trim, some pearls, and then when you open it, I covered the inside with some extra packing paper so you had a little bit of a smoother area to write on. So the goal with this is to be able to open it up on a page, write on it, but it'll also hold papers, journal cards, tags, and I didn't cover all the way across the back so that you could glue this down and not felt like we were wasting any product. So if you want to, you put your glue here, you put it in the middle of your journal page, and then you stuff it full of things that you want, and then you can open it, pull those things out, and you could still write on this little guy. A little hidden message, a little hidden memory, and you get to have both. So it's a little writing space, it's an ephemera holder, nice little sleeve for journal cards and tags. So it is up in the shop. I believe I already put it up in the shop beginning of the week. So right now I can't tell you for sure, but if I'll make a note down below in the description if it did sell ahead of time, so sorry. But I doubt it. I do have another one of these. This will be my second coffee sleeve in the shop, in the new shop, so you'll just have to look under the category Jewel Design Handmade, and it'll be sitting in there if it's still available. So, but he's so cute. I had to. I couldn't help myself. So, want to show you guys that because that was definitely, you know, a cute little thing that I put together. Little things that we're trying to put in the shop, right? Keep it handmade. Now, the thing we didn't get to on Monday that I wanted to get to here was working with the butterflies and the paper that came in the Spring Bunny and Butterfly ephemera kit. That's also hopefully in the same area of my, I'm going to cut this off, actually. You don't need this guy. I know. I beheaded him. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I don't need to. I'll give you a new one, I promise. Okay, so with these guys, you know, you can stack them. I love the same sort of pattern on both. And you can lay them out and you can add stuff to them. It all depends on how you cut it. But we're also going to back it to make it more of a standalone piece. Now, some of these we may use today, and we're going to glue them straight down. But this one, I am thinking about trying to put it on a paper clip as a decorative piece, an embellishment on our front cover. Right, we're going to get some pink added to this front cover, just a little bit. It's a lot of blue, so let's get some yellow and other colors in there. I hope you're all doing really, really well. It's hopefully been a good week for everybody as we're into our first full week of March. It was crazy as I was finishing up the videos for Monday on a weekend. California, of all places, and my Central Coast, of all places, we're not that far from the beach. We're about 45 minutes from the coast. And so we're inland. There is a small hillside between us and the ocean. And then I have small, like huge hills, small mountains behind me. And then there's the valley. And then we go into the big, the big old mountain range I was talking about by the snow. So you would think it wouldn't be possible. But, and in that valley, we actually did have, I don't think it touched down, but it did funnel. We had tornado warnings. We actually had a tornado warning in my area. And it just didn't make any sense the way we're covered around, we have mountains around us, but north of us, only about 20 minutes up, where, it's a city, which maybe is a little bit of a bigger space, but we were in the range of, because, tornadoes and hurricanes can change gears at any moment. Yeah, there was a warning for freaking tornado on Saturday night. It was a little freaky, because we were, like, getting the Amber Alert type thing, but for weather, so, anyway, we'll go into that later. I'll get through this. Okay, so, but anyway, sorry, that was my weird stuff, what threw me off, and that's why I got a gap where I could actually do this later. So, what I'm doing is I want printed, just words on the back of this, right? So to do that, though, you gotta be able to see what you're doing. And so I need to decide where I'm putting this to where I get text behind it, right? And it can be at an angle, so it's not very specific. But we do want to be able to trace it, right? So I'm trying to make sure that where I put it on the front side, it's gonna have pretty much just text on the back side. Yes, okay. No white, things like that. So, I'm going to take my pencil. I'm going to try to trace this. Ha. And maybe not the head part, mostly just the butterfly part. But I want to use it to try to help me glue down the potential. And I did move that. Oof. Shoot. The potential of hiding a paper clip in here. So we can have a paper clip in here. So I pulled out 2 different paper clips, but I think it's gonna have to be a wider one. I wanted to put this cute little rose gold, coppery rose gold, it's very coppery, in there, but I think it's almost too bulky and it's not gonna have enough gap, and the tail's gonna get in the way. But I think these are pretty. These remind me of things like this, where they're really fun. I don't know if we found those. We found those, but I don't know if we can get them anymore. But I do have these in the shop. I have a mixed gold paperclip bundle in the shop. I fell in love with them. I was like, oof. They're not cheap. At least by the way I bought them. But so, and then there's this one I think we're going to use. I think this one is going to allow us just enough to glue in and clearance to be able to put it on the page. So, and it's a pretty yellowy gold, which I think will work really well actually with the kit. So we're gonna cut that out. Of course, I did not do that in any way that made sense, but if I move it over too far, it doesn't work. But it's a great way to use these papers to back a number of things to help give you a layer that isn't boring. Now, I guess I could have... No, it wouldn't work. I thought I could have glued it down and then picked it up and cut around it, but because of the head and the tail of the butterfly, I have a feeling it would have been a little tricky. So we're going to faux this. We're going to cut it, and I can always trim it once I glue it down. But, oh yeah, I can't glue it down because I got to get the paper clip in there. So yeah, no, this is something I have to trace first. I'm going to trace this first. We're going to try to do the best we can. It's, it's like backing a journal card or whatever when you went, oh, I forgot to print something on the back of that, or you can't print something on the back, and you're like, I got to do something. Now, let's see how good I did. If it's a little off and I distress it, it's not a bad layer, another layer. That is the potential there, and I know I was guessing on the... So I'm going to do a little bit of trimming here just to see if I can make it a little cleaner. But, truthfully, we'll ink it. And if it's just another thin layer, isn't that great, right? Alright, so, we've got the butterflies we want to use. I've got the piece of paper. I'm going to try to... because it is just a piece of ephemera. Now, I could go above it and make it like a halo on the butterfly. I could try to do that. I'm just trying to figure out where to put it where I feel like it's going to have the most. And this may just be too big. Oofda. Yeah, I'm wondering if I just need to go stick to the skinny one. I was trying not to go too big, so it would just hide. I didn't want something large to where it would like too much interfere. Just a small little hideaway just to make it work. And I don't think that's going to work either. I'd have to have a much bigger butterfly. This one hides, and you want to make sure we have the right end. Let's see. We're going to play. This is what I wanted to do the other day, and I was like, oh, I ran out of time. So again, It's good, but you're going to always make sure that if I do it right, that's sort of cute too on the bottom. It gets up there. Because this is going to fit right inside, and we're going to, you know, we'll do a, I'm going to put a, I think, a larger pearl on the head to sort of, you know, hide the fact they need a blend. I want to say it's going to work. If not, I have to rip it off and try again. I like that. I think it's cute. Otherwise, it's just this. It's just a standard, right? Throw it in there. It's a little long. I just feel like it's going to get caught. Let's try, you know what? Here was the one thing I thought wouldn't work. It might work. So, let's go crazy with the glitter glue. Because one, you've got to get the metal on there. You got to get the, you're trying to create a pocket, but something that's going to stick. Let's see if my glitter glue will fail me or work for me. Alright. Anyway, trial and error, right? You have a better way to do this, you will be fine. You'll know what to do. But I thought it was just a great way to use parts of the kit, right? Tweezers, thank you. It's so sweet. My older cat now. Gosh, I can't believe he's technically the older cat now. He's 7. Going on 7? Let's see. We got him in 2017. So, yes, April. He'll be 7. No, 8. 8, because he's a year older than we have him. So, yeah, we'll have him for 7 years this April. So, he'll be 8 years old. Oh, my goodness. Getting old. He's cute. He can't really get out right now because, one, it's raining, and 2, like, the door's not open. So he gets a little frustrated, right? But he'll come out here when I'm out here and I'm talking or I'm just hanging out. Except when I'm packaging. He does not like the tape dispenser whatsoever. I think that might work if I do it. Let's see. Tight enough up here. I maybe sort of wish I had then done the head. That would have been able to close it up on the top, but that's all right. So it's, you know, it's tucked inside. I'm just going to find every aspect I can. Not too much where I can't get, I guess, the paper clip. Let's see if this works before I get too far, right? So the gold end, oh, it won't work because there's nowhere for it to go. Oh, crap, Ola. Nope, that doesn't work. Because that's why you have to go longer, because it can't get up there. It just can't fit. So I have to do this, close it so that there's room to get paper in there. But even then, oh, just like that, I guess. That would be it. It would just fit. Okay. Ay, right? And that's a very small window because I did not give it anything else to glue onto. Well, trial and error is definitely the name of the game today. I don't want to be spending too much time on this because I really do want to decorate with you guys. But I thought this would be pretty on the front cover, so we'll see. Alright, let's see here. Let's get things trimmed and cleanly trimmed, I should say. And inked. I want a little bit. I don't mind a little bit of the paper sort of showing as a layer, especially if I ink it enough. I think it'll be fine. Because it's just it almost looks like it's just continuing on with the writing that's on the butterfly. And then you're not going to see the back of this very much, except for when it's sticking out, which it does stick out as a. It will stick out as a part of the tabby butterfly. Let's see. Oh, here we go. And I'm recording, right? Yeah. Let's make sure I'm recording. Okay, so we've got this. Branches prune, reduce die back. Okay, well, it is a little much right here, and I'm thinking we need a, we're going to need something there. But what? I need hole punch, maybe? And some color. I'm like, I don't have a smaller one, but I wonder if that's too, it might not be. I just think we need a few little layering back here to keep the sticker. I don't have round stickers. I have I know what I do have, but it won't fit or won't work. Sorry, I'm rambling right now. That's just not fun. Okay, hold on. I've got, there it is. Gimme. Alright, what I want to do is, it's too small, but I can do a couple of them maybe. I didn't realize I don't have an itty bitty, circle. I was wondering if I needed to do a little more paper back here to sort of, because that looks really thin, and that's not going to work either. Okay. Eek. All right, well, I'll have to reinforce the back of that when we're done because that was sort of busy. I need a sticker, and I don't have the right hole punch. I don't have a, do I have a smaller one? Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. That's a corner puncher. I do have a small round. I could do another butterfly back there, huh? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Thought I was prepped and ready. Keep it vintagey, right? Let's see if we can create something. That's not thick enough, then. Let me do that. I know what I want to do. Oh, good Lord, right? Trial and error. But everything can be, you would normally use washi, right? So I have a piece of paper here, a little circle. Got a little butterfly. Come on. That we could glue back here. So that we're just going to reinforce that slightly thinner paper. So that it doesn't just rip through, which is my worry. So we're going to put a little guy back here. There we go. Since we layered the front, we're going to layer the back, right? There we go. I feel better about that, knowing there's a little bit more back here to make sure this paper clip doesn't go anywhere. Okay, I forgot I had this one. Of course, I used up that hole. That's sort of cute as a reverse. Oh, I must have cut it at some point. Is it a sticker paper? No, it's just cut weird. Huh, how funny. Anyway. Okay, oh my goodness, what are we up to this week? How did we do? First week of March, before you know it. So this upcoming weekend is daylight savings for those of you living in California or in any state that fall back in, what was that? When did we fall back? November? No, yes, November. Because it used to be Halloween. So yeah, 1st of November, beginning of November. Hopefully you're all doing well and you're ready to spring forward. Okay, so it is there, so we have the gap to get things in there, I hope. I'm doing all this work and I'm thinking, is it even going to work for me, right? There we go. Right there. It's going to be not as far down as I was hoping because of the paper, but it is something that sits there nice and pretty, so just be really careful with it. Well, yeah, there's a way to do this, isn't there? Okay, then. I think you're supposed to put the paper clip on the outside and you're supposed to, so you can glue it down so you have the full opening, and if you put it inside the layers, it doesn't quite work. That's okay. Lesson learned. Something cute. You know, find somewhere to use it. Alright, so we're going to line the bodies up the best I can. Oh, come on. The layers. The layers! That way you get some... And I'm going to grab one of my medium to small size pearls from our pearl shoots from our store. Yep. And, as you can see, I've already used some. I do like them. I love the variety of sizes. Really do. I love my itty bitties, but itty bitties don't work when you're, like, doing something like this where I'm trying to create a pearl head here. Oh, whoops, not high enough. I think because of the, paper clip right there, I don't think I can get any lower. Okay. Anyway, so there we go. Here is our silly paperclip butterfly layered, but the whole point of the deal was to show you another way, way to use the paper I gave you guys in your kit by backing your butterflies, your bunnies, anything, because they're plain, backing them so that if you happen to see them, actually, yeah, paperclip and that would have been cute too. If you're gonna back it and you're gonna find ways to decorate it, it's nice to have some words on the back. And so I love that the encyclopedia is, it's botanical and springy and it does its job, and so you get to. I gotta find another way to. Only problem is these have a tendency of coming off the. I have to keep them in the bag because they do sometimes shift. And I'm really bad. My string of pearls on the other side is not in its bag anymore because I'm just out. I'm like, no, I have too many. But I did notice I had a hard time. I could not get the pearl off this one the other day. The sticky would not come off, and I was like, huh. I actually have to use glue. Okay, then. I thought it was weird, but it's the weather out here, probably. So, okay. We have our butterfly. He's labeled. He's cute. He will go up here once we get everything going. Cute little guy that's just sitting here. Doesn't, get in the way too much. At an angle's cute. That works. Alright. There we go. Even at an angle, it's actually really cute. There we go. I guess it does sort of go one way. Oh, because of the, yeah, okay, yeah. Because of the thing, I could try to flip it around, but I don't think that would work any better, I don't think. I think we'd have just as much problems. I don't know. Let me see. Not really. was trying to see if I put the bigger side on the front, but I don't know if I can do that without. No, so well, I have to get so many things out of the way. So nope, never mind. Little to little, if I flipped it around, maybe it would have worked that way. But I always think the back, so it's more substantial. Okay, I'm wasting a lot of time. All right, so there you go. Back your ephemera, back your little things, or your journals, journal cards, whatever, with that paper is a great way to use it, let alone just folding it and making it really interesting inside a journal. I love doing certain pages where you just fold them. You just fold them sideways and you put them in and they're all good. So we do need to cover the top of this. I figured this was a great set of color, so we're going to rip it up here, and we may even underline it a little bit more with that. And then I have one of the spring words. It's a pale pink, some coin, and I have a blue label that we're going to cluster here. So let's get this front cover done and work our way that, and I think the back, and we'll see if we can get to the inside. This is just clustering, and that may be another short or reel. Sometimes it's fun to decorate things on short, really quickly on time lapse and show you guys the work without sitting here and hemming and hawing, because I think I've already used, 21 minutes. I don't know. How rude of me, right? I'm like, how rude of me. So we're going to ink up here on the edges, the outer two edges, because they are going to stay put. I'm going to try to line them up. Now I can either lay it down and then try to rip it up and hope that it stays, or I think I'm just going to try to eyeball it, because I know it's in any way going to be, There we go. Let's see if this worked for me or whether No, it actually worked quite nicely. Lovely. I did good. I was trying to figure which way to do this, and I was like, well, I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to, duh. Play the top corner, get the color, and I think, like I said, I want to do a little bit of brown underneath it, I think. I'm going to have to bring it up a little bit. But it'll help us get to the edge here, so I think a little bit more, layering is a good thing. So this was some paper left over from when I was doing the brown. I'll cut the top off when we're ready. I was doing that very tattered purple book with the brown paper as pages. So that was, excuse me, my throat, a lot of fun. And so I was like, oh, well, let's keep going. I found the scraps, so I was like, ooh, there's a torn already. That's perfect. We are using, now because it's small areas, I am using my glitter glue today. Which I feel like it's getting low. Sort of shocked. I was like, wait a minute. Up a little higher. There we go. I don't want too much. There we go. I will trim out the top. As much as I would, or try to fold it maybe. As much as I would love to have exact. Let's glue this. But yes, I definitely want to know what you guys are up to, how your spring is, well, how your March is going. We're not spring yet, I'm afraid. Like I said, daylight savings this weekend coming up. And then, we've got St. Patrick's Day and then spring and all kinds of good stuff. March is, like I said, always one of my more favorite months. But yeah, I'm partial to it too, of course, because I was born here. So, I can't help myself. So what I might do is see if I can fold and rip it so it's not so harsh. And reinforce it. So yeah, like I said, we had, after filming Monday's video and did a bunch of listings and worked on the shop, and then I was like, okay, we'll do dinner and we'll watch a quick Disney movie, and then I'll come back out here and I'll work on my short and I'll work on Thursday's video and all that jazz. And dinner is about to be done. I am literally, I think it binged and was telling me it didn't work. That, the meat was done, and, I need to pull it out of the broiler, and veggies are taken care of, and I'm like, hey guys, we're gonna do this and that. And all of a sudden, I'm chatting with texting with my sister-in-law, and she had texted me once, and I looked at my Fitbit, and it was like, she's talking to me, and I'm like, okay, and it bings again, but it doesn't really light up on my Fitbit, and I'm busy trying to get dinner right, so I'm not really paying attention. I'm like, okay, whatever, and I tell the girls, hey, go grab the TV trays, and Lizzie's, my youngest, is about to do something, and she's like, Mom, I just got a tornado warning. I'm like, a what? She's like, a tornado warning on my phone. And I'm like, what app are you in? Give me your phone. And I look at it, and it's something that broadcasts like an Amber Alert across your phone. You don't have a choice. It just comes over. It wasn't annoying. Thing is, it wasn't obnoxious. That was sort of the weird part. Like, some things are very, like, you have no choice. It will do not disturb or not, don't care. It's going to bug you, right? So it didn't really make any real noise. And I was like, what? Just enough of a being. So I'm looking at her phone. My oldest comes out and goes, Mom. And I'm like, you too? She's like, yeah. So I run into my bedroom because my phone is actually charging. And so I'm not aware of this. I'm using my Fitbit, and, you know, I texted my sister-in-law like half hour plus ago, and I was like, whatever. And I see that she's responded to me, so I was like, okay, you know, I can see it on my Fitbit. So telling that emergency had also come across here, and I didn't even look. So, like, oh man. So this will actually sort of hide that last little bit that's a little off on that corner. But there we go, we're getting somewhere. So I'm like, what? And they're like, take, you know, warning, take cover, find a basement. I'm like, and we're all joking, of course, here in California, going, basement? You know, where's the basement? Where's the basement? Yeah, because we don't have basements. Very few of us would have a basement. There may be a few areas in California where, for some reason, a house decided to put a basement. We don't even have like tri-levels where, you know, just, no, there's like, what? Your single story or your 2-story, and some are on cement and some are, yes, like I have a subfloor, but that wouldn't, it's not a basement. You can't get underneath there. Oh, God, no. So we're like, what in God's creation? So I'm tagging my dad, and I call him, and he's like, yeah, I'm watching Channel 8 News, and the guy's doing the weather, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's thunder and lightning, and yeah, we're having some severe gust of winds, and you know, an area about 20 minutes from us, and you can tell he's watching the screen. He's doing his teleprompt thing, and all of a sudden he goes, yeah, we just got a tornado warning in the general vicinity or whatever. And he just keeps going. He just goes, well, all right, you know, that's it. No, kid's young. He's like, okay, well, he's like, well, yeah, there's some gust of winds and blah, 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 and just keeps going like it's nothing. And we're like, okay. So I have an app that a dear friend of mine who's a stewardess, like, you know, used to years ago, live off of. So now, I have these, I guess they're still in my digital shop. I've had them for so long. Multicolored, multi-labeled, or multi-shaped labels. These are dotted, lined, plain, you know, ink-colored, a couple little things of florals that match the gear, you know, blue flowers, yellow flowers, butterflies. So I think we're going to use this teal one. We do want this blue teal one with a butterfly in it. And then we're going to layer on top of that. So anyway, yeah, he just sort of blows it over, right? And we're like, okay, well, screw this. So then, you know, we're starting going and, you know, we're getting going and talking to my mom, and they're getting their stuff downstairs because they are 2-story. They're like, crap, nope, you know. And they have a really good linen closet under their stairs. And I'm like, well, lucky you, because all of my bathrooms and my closets that we can get into are on the outer walls. And I'm like, I don't know how safe that is. Like, that's a little crazy. I do have a small section in my hallway between the 2 linen closets that you cannot get into, by the way, that maybe would provide us enough, like, there's enough going on in those areas that there'd be enough beam supports and stuff like that, like we could try to hunker down in. That's all I have, right? That's it. Oh my gosh, people, this was crazy. So my daughters are like, what the heck? And I'm like, okay, grab flashlights, let's grab water. I grab all their meds, I grab my purse, because I'm like, we need to stay all together. Keep it together. If something got really bad, it passed, you know, we need to grab whatever we can. Oh my God, it was weird. We're earthquake people. We don't know what to do with this. So yeah, I mean, I knew a general idea because I do have, and you know, my aunts have lived, one aunt lives in Tornado Central, I swear, and the other one has lived in the areas, but you know, hasn't recently. I think these, oh yes, they are. Now, I put mine on on sticker paper because I love just like going, I'm done. So I don't know. It was weird. But it was like one minute it was like 6:15 in the evening, and like I said, dinner was ready, and next moment it's you know, we had a report of funnel or Doppler reading 20 minutes away, and it's gonna hit northwest area of your, you know, northwest of your area. But if you looked at the radar app, I was on the bottom cusp of it, and at one point my parents were too. My parents are down the street from me, but they're like, oh well, it's gonna hit these 2 areas, which covers both of us, you know, and by 6:30, and we're like, oh crap. So it did say it would cut, but if it was gonna come by, if it was gonna have any issues, it was like 6:35. well, it's 6:40, it's 6 whatever, and it actually stayed really calm. Or barely, yeah, I guess calm. I mean, it rained. We got rain, but the winds actually did not pick up, and we're like, okay. So I have to look. I never did look to see. I've been too busy crafting to see, like, if we had touchdowns. I saw one Facebook thing that said a town more in the valley from us, on the other side of our little mountain range. They went in, they were showing, you know, the funnel as it's attempting to debate if it's going to come down, but it's just more of a, and I'm more like California, just to see that alone is still sort of freaky, but they're more valley where there would be some more flatter lands for that to accumulate. So, and it's dark, we can't see a thing. All right, there is our front cover. Bloom, a little writing space, you know, some color to break up all this blue. I think a cute little front to our ephemera, right? Don't think we'll do anything there because we have, you know, our Eastery feel here. We've got this. This is what we're going to cluster, but I want to get this done. I want to make sure that is taken care of. Now, so I don't squish this too badly, I am going to take that off. And we're going to do the lace and the little belly band area on here. That was our thought, to cover up the last of the stuff we don't want. Now I got to find that, of course. I might do that too. Where did my... isn't that scary? Oh, there it is. And you're like, I had to do the green around the edges on this one, actually, to keep... not going too dark. Oh, but yeah, so that was a very, that threw it off. That threw everybody off. So, I mean, we were a good 45 minutes of debating and waiting because the warning went up to 7 o'clock, and the girls are in the closet, and I'm keeping an eye on the window closest to the closet where I can keep looking outside because if something changed where things got really windy really fast, I was going to be in that closet with the girls. You know, they had the blankets, and we're just like, okay, how do we do this, you know? It was a little interesting. Definitely. Okay, I need to pull that up more. Okay. It was definitely interesting. Very interesting night. Think I'm going to try, to maybe cut this also in a diagonal. Not that I can cut it straight. That's okay. That one's not straight either. So we're going to try to match that up. So we have sort of that same feel to the bottom. So yeah, that was our excitement. I guess that would be the excitement of the day. So, geez. So then we were like, yeah, we're watching happy things, right? So we're Snow White. Well, yes, happy as you can get, I guess. Snow White and Alice in Wonderland. We watched old Disney movies last night. That night. We're like, I know. Yeah, that night I was like, okay. I'm like, I was supposed to do stuff, but I was like, nope. I don't think so. Dinner was after 7 o'clock and trying to reheat it, and we're just like, no, we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna sit on the couch, all calm and quiet. And my oldest one didn't do so well though. She's like, I don't want to go to sleep. I'm sort of freaked out, and we had washed our sheets that night all day, and so my bed had been remade, and my youngest had remade, but she fell asleep on the couch watching movies with us. She got through the first one, but I think somewhere in the middle of Alice she got bored or whatever, so she just sort of rolled over to get comfy, and then, you know, that was it. She was done, and she's like, okay, never mind. So I didn't mean to go to sleep. I'm like, all right, well, it's a weekend. The couch is comfortable. It's all good, you know. So she fell asleep there. Come on. She fell asleep, but my oldest just like, I can't do it. She's like, are you ready? I'm like, you ready to go to bed? She's like, yeah, I guess I'll try to make up my bed well enough. She's like, I don't want to make the whole bed, but I'll put blankets down and my comforter, and I'll just burrito up. And I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden she's like following me around. I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, you can just grab your blanket and come lay down in bed with me. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. She slept with me all night, and that is not like her. She does not like sleeping out of her own bed. She really doesn't. But I'm like, you do. So, but she didn't have any nightmares, and she didn't freak out, and she got to sleep. So we do whatever we need to do, right? Let's get some ink under there. But yeah, that was. I was like, all right, well, at least it's a weekend, and it's not a weekday, and they're like, oh, you think they'll cancel school on Monday? I'm like, no. You actually have to touch down and do damage to one of your schools for that to happen, dearie. Though we've had flood days. Last year we had a couple of flood days. They weren't snow days, flood days. We had too much rain, and kids couldn't get from the outer areas of the town into school carefully. So they said, you know what, we'll just take the day off. It's fine. We'll get caught up later. Well, that's pretty. I like that with that, actually. Too bad it won't stay like that, because you won't see it. This is going to get glued or wrapped over, and, you know, when you flip, you really won't. Yeah, it's going to be tucked, so goal of this is on the edge of the paper, and I'll assume this is on the edge of the page. It's gonna be like this. So all you're gonna see is this with whatever is on that piece of paper, and you're just gonna open it up, and you have that there, and you could write underneath it, and then you would open this up, and you've got, you know, you can see this, you can pull this out, right? But you have to flip it open to pull that out. So whether you glue that down as a tuckway, or whether you do make yourself another paper clip of some sort and you clip it somewhere, right? Depending where I do this, I'll try to give it some space where you could put another paper clip right here to stay on your paper, on your page. So, I don't know. Oh, so much fun, right? I have a mess again. Oh my gosh, just when I think I'm done with my messes, I have something else. Okay, so the only thing I was thinking is just a little bit more to cover that, and I think I'm going to get a small, let's do a yellow one. Oh, a lot of yellow on here. This one, I think I do it just right. It'll stay put, and it won't get bent. We don't want it with the opening and closing. You don't want it to get all bent and destroyed. And I think I'm gonna do some pearls in places. So, all right, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. So, otherwise I am with a not big enough gap for much of anything else, but yeah, we're gonna attempt the little Comic-Con thing since I'm doing this, way before Thursday. But on the next video, I guess if I get a chance, I will let you know how our little Comic-Con anime convention went here in our little town. I mean, we're not itty bitty, but we're definitely not big, So we're not. Now I could just do another reel of this. And just go straight down, make it easy and not just keep the long lines going. But I feel like I want little dots. Like I want random sporadic dots. I want silly stuff. I don't want to just put it on there. So let's do this. We'll cut a few of these off. Try to keep to even numbers. Keeps things looking, and try to keep to maybe somewhat diagonal, diamond-edged pattern. If you're going to do it, sort of have a dot, dot, dot type of concept. Just seems more balanced, and it will do more appealing to the eye. I've had a number of people tell me, keep things to odd numbers. Keep things to a triangle effect. And you get a bit more conducive, appealing, pleasing effect, feel. Okay, so we've got that above him, and then I'll do 5 below him. I don't know. 5 and 3 is 8. It is that and that end it's an odd number. It's an even number, which is so funny, right? But I'm gonna spread these out a little bit. Try and get all the excess goo off. These I'm still gonna have the effect, but I'm going to spread them out a little bit. Can cluster just them straight in 3s too. Okay, I don't really want you on my finger that much. Oh, how am I doing? I'm doing okay. Alright. Making sure. Oh, this glue. I'm gonna have to do some serious alcohol wipes on these suckers when I'm done. I'm a geek. Cluster but not cluster, right? It's an even, yeah, we're gonna do the 5. I'm like, I don't want to do just 3 and 3 on top and bottom, but I'm gonna stop, so we'll do it that way. Okay, something like that. Alright, let's try that. I know it's an even number, but it's a 3, and like I have odd above and below him, but altogether it is 8. I know, so I don't know. I think, no, yeah, 2 odds. Thing is, 2 odds make an even. Which is funny, right? You wouldn't think that. Okay, so there we go. Cute. So your little flap, whether it's paper clipped, okay, that's the other thing I wasn't thinking about. Ooh, you paper clip something. It's gonna have to be above or maybe here below it so that you don't catch that. You could try to take it off and move it, and then make a bigger gap top. I think for stability, and I only cover this just to help it out. We covered it again with the paper just to make it more stout. I would suggest minimum of gluing down this inner crevice right here, across the bottom, across the top, maybe even in a little bit, and gluing it to the page. Then you can make that way it's a slight tuck if you wanted to, And it gives you purpose on that page, and you're not, it's going to stay, and you're not going to you may not wear out this line right here. What you doing, bud? Speaking of which, though, I do have this feeling, no, that's too blue. Something tells me I need to do a little bit more reinforcing on this corner, because you are going to open and close it so much. And I have these gorgeous teal and white. Let's do that. We're going to do a little bit more reinforcing, because I just worry, as much as we love this, and you're probably going to glue it down, I want to make sure that because I worry that this is going to start rippling, and it's going to start ripping, and we already covered outside, so I can't really do it that way. So if we cover it on the inside, it'll help. You'll still have a worn feel on the outside, but you will not actually wear it thin, and you go, bud. Wear it thin and actually rip through anything. So I always do that. I make things very delicate, and I'm like, that's not going to hold out. That's not going to make it if they want to keep opening and closing things. Now, once you guys write on stuff, usually once you write on it, the likelihood of, being open and closed too much is pretty thin, but you never know. There we go. So we've got this reinforced. You're potentially going to be gluing this down to your page, and you're good to go. And I could give you a page this way. That's my advice. Gluing it onto a piece of paper as a, coffee dyed paper ready to go. But I hate taking that away from you as an option, right? And I hate to do that to you guys. So I want you guys to have that option. But okay. So a quick glance. Here we go. We have the front done with our cute little butterfly paperclip thing up there. We've got the corner covered. We have this all taken care of. We have the back. Our back flap is reinforced, right, and decorated. So when you put it on your page, this is what you're going to see, and it's going to be nice and cute and pretty. We got our journal card in here right now that has room to write on. So when you do open this up, you could just see that. And it's pretty on the inside, right? You get to see her. So I did have it out a little farther, if I would allow it to sit, so that you could see her. I want to be able to, and she's pink and green, which I think is great. So right here is pretty easy. I found a couple different greens. I'm going to do the other one. I had another green one. I think I want this one, though. I like the two-tone green. It's lighter, but it has some darkness to it that will blend, I think. Wanted to just cover this as a fun little thing. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I just realized. I was going to try to do this to the lace that I trimmed. Oh, well. I was going to trying to give a little bit more, and I was going to deckle edge the edge here so that it wasn't so. But these I definitely suggest always gluing them down and then letting them open up to write on and stuff things into. I did it to the back of I did a journal sleeve to the back of a journal. My Book Lovers, I think, has that kind of thing in the back. And let's go up a little bit in that, but the cutting of the, whoops, ooh, I could do both ends, huh? Oh, doesn't have to go off the edge. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I had made a coffee sleeve, or not a coffee sleeve, a journal card sleeve in my Coffee Lovers kit. Or book stack, not coffee lover, book lover kit, and whoops, and so I put it in the back cover. It was really cool, so I could poke some extra stuff in there. All right, let's get this covered up because I don't need this. I do most of these more times than not online, so that's why I'm able to use all the envelopes, because I don't usually send a check back in. I usually just, of course, once you do it, you're on the list for life. Alright, so we got that blended into that. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. So that covers up that last bit of writing that we're like, not what it's for. Now up here I wanted to cluster a combination of maybe that and a little bit of this. Upside down here. This and a little bit. Or maybe he's down here. I'm like, maybe with the bunny, he's going to be down here. So I think in this one, yeah. So we have him, and we can do a little bit of that I wanted him almost on the window. Cluster that on the lower, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up there, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute. This I definitely want before I put the butterfly down. A butterfly down. Sort of wanted to do a cute little cluster. Now I don't have this color, but I do have some snow decor mesh. We bought it in bulk, little small bulks, because in our area we can't find it anymore. So I got some pretty spring colors. We should have the Snow White one, the bright white mesh with the snow on it, which is great for anything from bridal to any background, and you probably could even tea dye it. So that should be in the shop. That'll work. Let's see what I want to do. Sort of want to glue it down and then glue it down and then cut it, because I'm like, I have it, and you know me, I have it always clustered the way I want it, and then I gotta sort of flatten it out because we don't want it too hard to put a butterfly or anything on it. Which is what I think I'm doing up here, is we're gonna put a butterfly up in this corner to help sort of mimic that. So when you open it, you have, you don't lose your butterfly because it's, you opened up your flap. The hard part of getting all the edges so that it doesn't keep coming up. I should be using my it's a mess. I have such a mess. Alright, there we go. Not my fingers. Oh, yeah. Nails are toast. I did pretty good. These definitely lasted longer, but they're starting to lift, and so I'm getting colors underneath. And my nails underneath them are actually almost the same length as the acrylics on some of them. Or not the acrylics, the press-ons. But my thumbs don't last. I'm too brutal, and so I had to put a different cover on my fingers, my thumbs. So, I don't know. I'm just baiting on a longer nail. A longer press-on nail for a little bit, but I don't know, maybe for a little bit, but it won't last. So I'll have to put the harder acrylic on them later. It's a gel, like a semi-gelled sticker, and you cure it and it hardens up, but I also have another layer of hardened nail polish on top of that, so trying to keep from breaking them, because I end up splitting my thumbs every time. There's no, it's just the way I use things. I use my thumbs for stuff, and I end up pressing down, and I break them. I'm like, man, I know better. I don't do it. Do I pay attention? No. Let's do this. Who knows what this is going to do to the mesh, but that's okay. Get it really cool. See? So then I have that edge. But you know what? I have done that. I have taken the jagged edges, laid it out, and then layered on top of it. So I love this stuff. I'm loving that they're in a bunch of colors, but we are having a hard time finding them. So I'm really glad I was able to find some to put in the shop for you guys, because not everybody has access to these guys, or it's a stupid amount in the but even online, we're down to like red and weird greens right now. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I found what I found. Okay, so there's that, and let's see, what do we want to do? Got a lot of teal, but we think we need purple. We need a little more purple, right? So I can either do my stackable. I can find all the pieces, or I can just do, it feels a little too much for in here. 4 in here, that seems too much. So let's see if I can find, whoops, there we go. Let's do that one. But let's get maybe, oops, all my pieces here. My pieces coming everywhere, aren't I? Alright, purple. I have purple. I have a purple. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, hopefully you'll comment down below on what you've been up to. Hopefully you haven't had any weird weather for your area. I mean, hey, it's, thought I heard something about, for us, Donner Pass, or Donner Summit was completely, when we were worrying about tornadoes, they had, they were getting all blizzard warnings, and I guess hundreds of people got caught in accidents, and they're on the freeway and they can't get anywhere. So that was not good to hear. I was like, oh, come on, guys, you should have known. Like, it warned us that we were, blizzard warnings everywhere. Blizzard warnings, blizzard weather warnings, ice, massive amount of snow. And people went out anyway, I guess. I don't know. Thought they could go out and play in the snow and got caught, I guess. I don't know. I'm one of those, got the warnings. I'm just going to stay put. There's no point. Let's not. So I did it with a purple tinted instead of antique. I like that. We're going to put that on the pink. So pulls those two colors there. Let's get you inked up. I'm going to get him glued on the bottom for sure. I'm just going to add a lace to this. I went, oh, wrong project. Oh, I could, I guess. Let's see what inks do I, what laces do I have. I had that the bun lace on the back. Sometimes I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of lace on the corner along with the paper doily. So, you know, we have this and that, but I'm wondering if there should be a little bit of lace. Pull the lace from the other piece. It's a little wide, though. Or a little heavy. That does not seem like a very lightweight. That might be a little too... Let's see, underneath him a little bit. I don't want that to get, here, let's go something like this. Can you even see? Oh, there we go. Let me move it up, sorry. Do it like that in the corner. Bring it down a little bit. I want mostly the crocheted look. I don't really want the paper. And we can just glue him down enough to where he's... I think that's cute on the bottom. Alright, let's give that a shot or two. Paper. Then I'll probably have to let you guys go. I was gonna... Oh, I have no clue what I just dropped to the floor. Oh. Oh, well. Too many things on your desk. You're bound to run into something, right? Shoot. Oh. But, I know I was gonna maybe do this on a different camera. But, that's alright. Hey, if I can get it done, I can get it done. I don't want to go too long with you guys. I get going and I don't realize how fast, or how long. Yeah, 51 minutes. Well, hey, but if I can actually get a majority of this all done with you guys, aren't I mean, totally stoked. Like, that's huge. I don't usually get to finish stuff with you guys, or get far enough with it, and you're like, oh, that's pretty, but that's nice, you know. I don't want to see the base. Sometimes we all know the base work, but we just don't know what to do. Like, we don't know... We can't decide on how we want to decorate it, or we can't figure out what works best, right? We're like, what am I supposed to be doing with this? Now, I am going to use Fabri-Tac. I'm sorry if I'm off the camera for a second. I will move this up. I am probably just going to use Fabri-Tac for the bunny, just because we have so many different supplies going on right now. From the clear to the... Nope. For the... Okay. Because we're going to put on some clear, because we're putting it on all these different meshes, I am going to use the Fabri-Tac so that it'll stick to everything and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, let's take you down for a second so I don't get you all goofed up. That's like we did. I'm going to leave that little bit up on top because I am okay with it being there. Let's get this cut off. I haven't decided if I'm putting these in the shop or not. I do have some variety. If you like burlap type trim, let me know. I do have some excess on me of different styles. I can put them in. They're about, I sell them about 3 yards, I guess, at a time. But I only have enough to do, I think, 3 yards of each variation. I don't have a lot, but I mean, I bought 2 or 3 at a time, and because they're really unusual for me. But I don't know how easy they are to get a hold of and how much you have to buy at a time. But if you like the idea of the burlap trim that I'm using, and there's different styles, I think I have 4 styles that I found. Let me know, and I'll put them in the shop. If you see something on it today or anytime in my video and then all of a sudden it's not in the shop, means I sold out, please let me know if you are very interested. If we're able to, we will put more in the shop. If we have more of it, didn't realize people wanted it. We're trying to have an ongoing stock of stuff at all times, but there's other things that we only have, you know, they're limited edition. We only have a little, and that's all there is, and we can't do much about it. Okay, let's get these guys on here. I'll let you go, but I do appreciate you liking, loving, commenting, hitting your notifications so that you find me here and you don't miss out when I do a video. And, of course, you know, if I do shorts or whatever, that you get notified, I guess. I don't know when I do a short if you get, because it's still part of my list. I try to put it in my playlist. I don't know if you guys get notified. I know I have one lady I adore that finds me most of the time. Oh, I did glue out, okay. So, you know, I'm like, oh, nice. You know, she saw me and she commented. But I don't know if it's because she got a notification or if she just happened to come across the video. Like, it just happened to come up. I think if you follow my channel, it should notify you that I have a short up, I think, because it's no different than a video. But I don't know. Someone will have to tell me. I just run through my short, you know, I just like reels on Instagram. All of a sudden, I'm just scrolling through something that looks interesting in me, you know, on my YouTube feed. And I'm like, okay, you know, let me start scrolling. Sometimes I see people I know, and sometimes I don't. That's how I do find new people, though. I go, oh, I really like what she's doing. Let me go follow her, right? Okay, so we're going to put this, 2 different things here. I'm going to, one, get a little bit more in here to see if I can flatten that out at all. And then, I think a majority of this we are going to glue. It doesn't be perfect, but I do want to get enough of it to where he doesn't get caught and come up. I think we're going to put you here as best we can. Squish, 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 squish. Definitely some dimension, right? And then because you're not writing on this per se, we'll just leave those 2 up, let everything else sit flat. So you see a little bit there, you have that there. This will not impinge too badly. I think we'll be okay here. If it's on the page when you open it, hopefully it won't get caught. I didn't think about that when I put it down. Move you in just a little bit more. There we go. I'm like, darn it. I was like, man, thank God. That's why we use Fabri-Tac sometimes. And that way helps sort of hide the fact that, yes, we have a weird gap so we could see our bunny's ears, but he does still disappear into our thing. So there's plenty of room here for paperclip. If you wanted to, you could probably put a paperclip right here, if I had the right size, and tack it onto your page. Otherwise, you can glue it down. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate you coming along as we decorated the last reinforced. You got to see what paper was in here, or what cards I put in here. Of course, there's room for plenty more. Come on. There we go. And you got to decorate, so you can put your name here. You can put Happy Easter if you find another quote or saying. Got a little paper clip. We've got our little coin pocket, right, with some goodies in it. So this will go in the shop also. If I had this listed, of course, in time, by the time the video is up and running, it'll be down below. Direct link into the shop if you want a cute little Easter springy ephemera piece to go in one of your journals, right? It will be available because I don't have a need for this right now. I wish I had an Easter journal going on, but I do not, especially with my birthday. I don't have a spring journal. I really should work on that, shouldn't I? I should work on one. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, liking, loving, and commenting. I wish I could show it all at once. I can't. I have no clue. I guess we'll just show you the front. The pictures are going to be interesting. I'm like, how am I going to do that? Alright, love you all. Check out the shop. Keep things going. I didn't even add the flower I was thinking about. I was going to add flowers. Oh, well, you know what? I might just add a little extra, and you'll see that in the listing. If you are interested, it will be there, and you'll get to see that, right? So love you all very, very much. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week, hopefully. If not, I'm sorry. It may be every other week. I got a couple videos and shorts, and then it's quiet because it's orders and busy, and I don't know. But I do appreciate you keep coming back and watching when I am available and when I am up and going, and I hope I continue to inspire and encourage and just, you know, keep you company, if nothing else, on those weird nights and days when you have, you know, you can't get anything else done or you don't feel good, and I bring some joy and happiness to that moment while you're relaxing and recouping. So love you all very, very much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye.